Thank you very much, Dr. Kunene.
Thank you so much, Lucille, and thank you so much, Dr. Lyon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be the next speaker while technology is on our end. So I'm going to share my bio with you, and then I'll come back and speak.
I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach, it's so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainability.
I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumalelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial N. Kunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical aesthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial N. Kunene.
Thank you, amazing speakers. Yeah, today, honestly, I always ask if you have any reasons not to complain in life. Today, I have so many reasons to complain, but I choose peace, I choose hope, I choose to be positive, because complaining, it doesn't resolve anything whatsoever. But before I continue, I just want to appreciate you, two amazing speakers today, for being with us here today and sharing your nuggets. Dr. Lyons shared more nuggets on Cope to Hope, on how she's making a difference on the mental health issues related to youth and young adults. And on the other side, Lucille, she shared more nuggets on law enforcement. Oh my goodness, I'm getting tongue-tied. It's Friday. She shared more nuggets on law enforcement, and then I'm gonna be pouring all, if I say all, I mean all nuggets that you just wanna hear about human rights. What comes into your mind when you hear the word human rights? You can put in the chat box what comes into your mind when you hear the word human rights, because I will come back and check if you know exactly what are your human rights, and what you'll have to understand when we say human rights. Human rights are the fundamental rights and freedoms inherent to all human beings, regardless of your gender, nationality, place of residence, sex, ethnicity, religion, or even your skin color. So human rights are not just about the law. Thus, human rights are not discriminatory, meaning that all human beings are entitled to them. And you can never, ever be excluded from your own human rights. Good people, you really don't have to see the whole staircase in life, but you need to take the first step to get to the top. As my mentor always say, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great in life. So get started today. As my everyday book says, learn to do good, seek justice, correct oppression, bring justice to the fatherless, and plead the widow's cause. So get started today, seek justice, correct oppression. And you will find this verse in Isaiah 1 verse 17. It's in the Bible for some reasons. If you thought I just made it up, it says you have to learn to do good, seek justice, correct oppression, bring justice to the fatherless, and plead the widow's cause. So I know that we all have a voice, but not everyone knows how to use it. So as an advocate for human rights, I encourage change makers and educate them on the issues at hand so that their voices can be heard too. So I work with the individuals in charge, listening closely before I start calling out issues that need change, because I serve not just as a vocal protester, but I just go one step further by encouraging these changes through education, instead of merely like telling government leaders why something needs fixing, which happens quite frequently. We're always easy to judge than just to listen and understand and then pose questions where they are needed. Really, to me, what made me to stand up to be a human rights advocate today, it was the death of George Floyd that made me to realize that we need to stand for a world where no one shall live in fear because of the color of their skin, and where the criminal justice system treats everyone fairly and equally. If you remember it very well, May 25th, 2020, George Floyd died in police custody in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This 46-year-old Black man was arrested and killed after a convenience store employee called 911 on Floyd's suspicion of passing a counterfeit $20 bill. The video that was captured by a bystander, it showed George Floyd pinned face down on the ground in handcuffs, and one of the police officers pressing his knee against his neck as he was pleading for help. I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And finally, he fell silent. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Good people, it's so impossible not to be outraged watching that video of the Minneapolis officer pressing his knee against Floyd's neck for a period initially reported to be 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I believe that everyone is born free and everyone has the right to life. So that's the reason why I am here. I am still preaching my message that everyone deserves to know about their human rights, so that they will know when their human rights are being violated. So always seek passion, good people. Try by all means to get familiar with human rights. So our organization, it fills a critical role in society by providing valuable services that governments may not always be able to deliver. From poverty relief to human rights advocacy, we are a vital for supporting the most vulnerable members of our communities. We are an integral part of society, and we are involved like globally in human rights, climate change, and humanitarian aid, because there are many, many ways in which we need to persuade governments to adopt human rights related legislations. And some of these, they may include just providing information in just a seminar like this, for the general public, maybe through exhibits, side events, formal speeches, or lobbying officials during meetings and negotiations. It's your assignment to care, to bring awareness to people about human rights. It's your responsibility to always go out there and be the voice for the voiceless. You know, it's so funny how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know many, when they try to say my name, they always butcher my name. But Nompumelelo, really, Nompumelelo, it has a meaning. My name, it means mother of all success. So you can see that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. No matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success. So if I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve maybe in the next 6 months? I know myself, I am one of those. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. So as a human rights analyst, my purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations to understand and promote human rights. So I also make a difference by bringing solutions and educating others. I remember it was Barack Obama who once said, "The future rewards those who press on." I don't have time to feel sorry for myself. I don't have time to complain. I'm going to press on. So it's high time we press on, we get more knowledge on human rights. Good people, you really don't have to be politically involved to learn about your human rights. All human beings are entitled to them, and you can never, ever be excluded from your own human rights. Why? I'm glad you've asked that, because these are God-given fundamental rights and freedoms. These are God-given fundamental rights and freedoms. So as flight attendants always say, that put on your oxygen mask first before you assist others, because if you don't, you and the other person you're trying to help could possibly go down. So put on that oxygen mask first, to yourself first, before you go out there and try to save the world. Get the knowledge about your human rights. So it's a wake-up call, good people. It's a wake-up call. But when that alarm clock goes off, please, please don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and get more knowledge on human rights? Remember that a right is a freedom of some kind. It doesn't matter where we were born or what kind of family we were born into. We all have the internal recognition of the moral quality of one's motives and actions. It was Nelson Mandela who once said, to deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. And trust me, this message stirred something within me. So I am a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations from even happening in the first place. So what I do, I consult on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. And then I advise on best practices for implementing human rights programs. And I can also assist with audits of operations against international standards. I do research and help draft human rights related policies, human rights related policies on discrimination at work, harassment at work, diversity and inclusion, patients' rights, and many, many more human rights related policies, because I have a duty of raising awareness of people's rights and providing solutions. Because I believe that an essential thing in human rights is based on the principle of respect for the individual. So I work towards raising awareness and providing solutions, believing that the most critical thing in our species' rights is based on moral grounds. Each individual deserves respect, no matter what they do or who they are. You know, good people, I so wish you can just tell yourself that, you know what, it's high time I get more knowledge on human rights. It's high time I go out there and be the change that I want to see in my community. To those who look at me as an inspiration, it's high time I am that change that I want to see in this world. But in order for you to go out there and be the change, in order for you to go out there and make a difference, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry like the hungry lion in the jungle. Really, that hungry lion in the jungle, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you have that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. And it's so funny because even with elephants, when they see a lion, what they do is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. They already told themselves that, you know what, I am a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I see a lion, I'll have to run. I believe that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to be the change in this world, because I believe that we all rise together and we rise to greater heights by fixing each other's crown. Fixing each other's crown instead of tearing anyone down. We don't have to step on other people to get to the top. You know, it's so funny. When I was in the eighth grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. Really, that English teacher, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me. And it also aligns with my destiny. It also aligns with my first name, Nompumelelo, because it means mother of all success. So that English teacher, really, she didn't understand that. So for those of you who don't know the phoenix bird, the phoenix is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision and success. I want to encourage you, if you are watching and listening under my voice, that when your world comes crashing down, wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes, since the phoenix has to die, burn, experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. Please write this down in conclusion. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. And I know you've heard this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future, but here's one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that God has a better plan for every one of us. Your objective is what you were designed for and the reason why you live today. With God, I believe that we're all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gift and following God's idea, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach your full potential. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, and what books will die with you? And the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the dreams, all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me listening to all these messages, it just gave me sleepless nights. And I am proud. I remember it very well. I started journaling my first book, Rise to Greater Heights, which is a comprehensive guide to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. And by the way, Les Brown, he wrote the foreword in this book. And I didn't stop there. Like I've mentioned, that I believe that everyone is born free and everyone has the right to life. So I decided to write my book, Human Rights, which are God-given fundamental rights and freedoms, because you know what? I believe that we are all equal. We are all equal in dignity. We are, it doesn't matter where we were born or what kind of family we were born into. We are all equal in dignity. And if you may ask yourself, what's really holding you back from going confident in the direction of your dreams? Is it fear? Is it mediocrity? Is it procrastination? Is it distraction? What's really holding you back? Kings and queens, it's so essential to assess your goals' progress. So I decided to come together with 15 different co-authors around the world to write this book, What's Holding You Back? Because it's your time to shine. It's your time to cultivate your mindset for success. Here we have 17 different co-authors around the world. You'll have to cultivate your mindset for success so that you are able, even through hardships, through whatsoever challenges you are coming across, you are able to bounce back to life. And that's what we call it, resilience to greatness. So I believe that with all these books, they have the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. And I also have a free transformation guide for you. It's available on my website, www.risetogreaterheights.com. With this free transformation guide, trust me, you'll be able to explore leadership, empowerment, being purpose-driven, mentorship, coaching, resilience to greatness, mental health, emotional intelligence, and many, many more topics, including spiritual growth. Because growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. And I thank God I missed that flight because I'm still here. I'm still sharing my message. I'm still preaching my gospel because I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you so much, Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. So at this moment, please feel free to share once again how the audience can reach out to you. If you have your final thoughts in this subject, please feel free to share your final thoughts, as well as if you have your upcoming event, please share with the audience. And then I'm just gonna go back on Facebook and see if we have any questions being posted over them. So Dr. Lyons, you can go ahead. The stage is yours, Queen.
Wow, 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 wow. Amazing, Dr. Kunene, amazing. Thank you so much for that powerful message on human rights and rising like the phoenix and being like the eagle that flies above the storm, and all of the great analogies that you gave to help people to understand, and the books that you have penned to be able to be a blessing to so many different lives. Thank you so much for this platform, Rise to Greater Heights. You know, it may seem like it's something simple because you said in one of your message is simple, you know, so it may seem simple, but yet so powerful and so impactful in the days and time in which we live. Even when you spoke about George Floyd, you know, just so powerful. Thank you so much, because it's another thing that affected the mental health of our young people, the whole issue of race relations and racial injustice, and the inhumanity towards people of brown and Black skin. That's a whole big thing that impacted our young people as well, going to protest and being involved and things of that nature, like one thing after the other during the pandemic. So we know that this has just been a time of just not only sharing from our point of view, but being able to receive so much information from yourself and also from Lucille Dixon. Thank you so much. I was speaking in British Columbia this morning too. Not just Canada, I'm doing 2 in 1. So as far as I'm concerned, we did give a link tree already, but for October, we have, I spoke yesterday at a book tour for the 100 most successful women around the world, and today we're here on Rise to Greater Heights, speaking of human rights. We have an upcoming event on the 19th of October for domestic violence. I will be co-hosting as well as speaking on with the Wellness Conference Award, and from Pain to Florida chapter, and from Pain to Purpose Incorporated, collaborating together on that event with speakers. They'll be speaking on various issues pertaining to domestic violence. On the 21st, I will be speaking on a platform called Mom Biz Boss, and that's going to be on Friday the 21st. On Saturday the 29th, I will be speaking at a mental wellness summit. That's going to be in, I believe, in East Point, Georgia. Those other first two are virtual, but the Saturday 29th will be in person, and that's Be Kind to Your Mind Wellness Summit. And I'll be speaking on when youth, domestic violence, and mental health collide. That's my topic for that event. So that's going to be on my social media as well. And we just have so many other things coming up in October and so forth. I might be missing something, but so far that's what I can remember. So just feel free to connect with me, follow me on social media. Again, linktr.ee/ALYONS63. That is where all of my social media is. And yeah, looking forward to connecting with you, or connect with us, and let's do this together. Let's truly stand up for the mental health of our youth and young adults. Our Healing Pain Through the Arts Youth Program has a Healing Pain Through the Arts Youth Spotlight Awards. We honored for the first time in September 2021, we honored two young ladies who passed on posthumously. That was the first time we honored two young ladies that passed on. One of them was a 9-year-old girl that committed suicide. 9 years old, because of being bullied. So when we speak about these things, it is a vital issue, a vital human rights issue. So I look forward to working with those that will reach out to us and connect with us. Thank you so much again for this space.
Wow. Smooches, wow. 9-year-old committed suicide because of bullying. That can be my son, that can be my daughter. And what are we doing about this? Nothing. Nothing, because I've been raised in Africa where it took the whole village to raise me to be the person I am today. And when switching to a different culture like Canada, I get in trouble just by correcting a child. Child, this is not done this way. It's supposed to be done that way. What are we doing? What are we doing to our children? It's high time we stand up. Thank you so much, Dr. Lyons. Wow. And thank you so much for impacting the world, one youth at a time. May God grant you the strength that you need for you to push this ministry that you are doing, because you are changing lives. You might take it lightly, but to us, seeing your work, really, it means the world. So keep on pushing, Dr. Lyons. You can go ahead, Lucille, and share with the audience.
Thank you, Dr. Kunene, and thank you very much, Dr. Lyons. I'm looking forward to collaborate with you, and I just absolutely love your passion. It's in line with my passion in my heart and the work that I do. So I challenge you all, both your excellencies and the audience, distinguished audience, today, within the next hour even, be a hero for love. Not to get a reward, because Jesus said, I sent my son to the world to save humanity. And it's not for any recognition or reward, but for what you are born to do. Go find out what it is if you don't know yet who you are. What do you love to do, whether you're being paid or not, whether people see you or not? And that is what a true hero is. But be a hero for yourself. Come out of your situation and rise to greater heights. Surprise your enemies. Shock those that look down on you and say, it's God that did. and created me. So this is my gift. So thank you all. The fastest way to get hold of me is on Facebook. The kids called it the older regime, but Facebook under Lucille Murray, Human Rights Consultant. And then Instagram kids, you can reach me on Lucille76. And then for the adults and organizations at paralegal2020mig@gmail.com. The next event that I may be involved in will be after our city elected a new mayor on October 15, and that I have graduated then successfully. And then after that, I'm also working on a human trafficking platform, something that I'm really, really passionate about. And that's another reason why I went to study law enforcement, because I don't just want to sit on the side. And it's wonderful to have all the academics, but I want to get into the adventure. Let's hop on the chopper. Let's get into the drug house. Let's go where the people need to be rescued and protected. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Lucille. Wow, look at the passion that you have. Now you'll be launching human trafficking, which is a subject that we really should be focusing on, and because it's happening around us. We're losing loved ones and we're not saying anything. We're losing friends, we're not saying anything. And we need voices like yours to change the world. I am looking forward for you to launch this program. And our audience really online, they've been really, really inspired. I can see Mariah watching. She's giving us all the love, all the hearts. She's always on this platform. And Chantel Michelle Jackson, she is saying, good morning, sunshines. Awesome, awesome. And that this woman, she spoke life into my life. Wow, it's such a great honor to have her. And Dr. Amber is saying that what an honor to be here today as a guest speaker at Rise to Greater Heights Network. And thank you. Oh, smooches. I think I will get used to the smooches. And she's saying that be a hero for love, Lucille Murray. Wow, what a message, what a morning, what a best way to spend a morning to be on this platform. We learned a lot about mental health from Dr. Lyons, and Lucille on the other side. She's like, you'll have to get more familiar about law enforcement. Now it's human trafficking. So what are you doing out there that is impacting the world? I believe you are doing something to make this world a better place to stay, because we need this. So I appreciate you, amazing speakers, to be on this platform today. We are not taking your presence on this platform really for granted, but we have been blessed. I'm going to go back and watch the replay over and over again. And I know technology wasn't on our side when we started, but you know what? We believe that we all rise to greater heights together, and we carried each other in our spirits, and it worked wonders. So I appreciate both of you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much. And to our audience online, without you, honestly, we are nothing. Thank you so much for joining us today here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. I hope from all these messages, from all these amazing speakers, you've been inspired, you've been really, really educated on many aspects on human rights, and you are ready to rise to greater heights. So do join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you. Merci.